Okay, so I know my review for Yes Prime Minister was a bit shocking, but I just couldn't think of anything else to really say about it. But I have another review now, and it is Billy Elliot. Billy Elliot opened about 7 years ago now, and I've never at all been tempted to see it, like never. I've always thought, oh well, it won't be going anywhere, I'll just see it next year, and northeastern miners and dancing, ballet dancing, not my cup of tea. But I've seen that the first 2 rows, I think it is, in the stalls are like £19.50. And you know me, I can't resist a good bargain on a theatre seat, so I got myself on the front row and took myself along to the Victoria Palace Theatre. I should mention, if you book the first row or even the second row, the stage is very high, so if you want to see like all the dancing with the feet and everything, you'll probably miss it from those seats. And the show opens up with a young boy walking down the centre stalls, and then he climbs up on the stage past the conductor, and there's like this big screen, and it's on talking about the news report about the miners' strike, and it just basically throws you into it. I should have done a review straight away because my memory's gone a bit fuzzy on Billy Elliot as a show, but looking through my programme, bits of it are coming back to me. Some of the songs are quite catchy and quite emotional. Ooh, I should tell you who my Billies and my Michaels, and I had Harrison Dowzell as Billy Elliot. I had Jack Bromage Eccles as Michael, and I had Dayna Dixon as Debbie. And all 3 kids were like brilliant. I had an understudy on for the beginning of the show. It was quite interesting. For my first time at Billy Elliot, like nearly everything that could go wrong sort of did go wrong for that performance. In Michael's scene with Billy, where Billy walks in and Michael's trying on all his sister's clothing, the boys were dancing about, and then all of a sudden this guy came on and ushered them off, and then there was like, due to a technical difficulty the show will be delayed, but remain in your seats and we'll be back with you shortly. And it didn't take long for the show to get back underway, to be honest. I don't really know Billy Elliot much to know if the set wasn't working or whatever, I don't know. We had the understudy grandma on from the beginning. What was her name? Oh God, Gillian Elisa, the understudy grandma. We had her on, and then just before Act 2 was about to start, we had the stage manager came on and said, due to the sudden indisposition of Deka Walmsey, the role of Dad will be played by David Bardsley. So I had understudy grandma, I had the alternate Dad from Act 2 onwards, and I had a show stop in Act 1. So it made for an interesting show. They've had a small cast change recently. Killian Donnelly has taken over from Michael Pivoy as Tony, Billy's older brother, and the programme I've got, they've actually just put in an insert for now with like Killian in it and his 2 understudies and some understudies for Mr. Braithwaite's, and Nick Greenshields, who used to be the standby Phantom in Phantom of the Opera. He's in this as well. But yeah, amazing show. Like, it's not just ballet. I didn't realise, but there's an angry dance, and Harrison was just brilliant at it. It was so electric, and I was grasped to watching him. Some of the swearing shocked me, especially coming from the little kids. I was a bit like, oh my God, little girls of like 9 or 12 or however old Dana was shouldn't be going, shouldn't be saying like, won't it help if I showed you me fanny? Yeah, she's 10. She's 10. and I just couldn't believe it. Like, and when Billy walks into Michael's room and sees Michael, he's like, "Fucking hell!" And I was just like, "Excuse me? How old are you? You are not old enough to be using that language, nor should anyone use that language." But yeah, the kids were brilliant. Harrison, Jack, Dana, all brilliant. Deka Walmsey was really good as the dad in the first half, I thought. You couldn't tell he was ill at all. I quite like Deka because I've seen him in the Pitman Painters at Leeds. Was it last year now? Yeah, probably last year, something like that. Yeah, like I say, you couldn't tell he was ill, so it was a bit of a shock when before the second half started, we got told that the alternate dad was going on. Gillian Elisa's grandma, she was funny. I would like to have seen Anne Emery. Is it Anne Emery who's the... I don't know. I'm really bad at this. I'm sorry. Yeah, Anne Emery. I would like to have seen her. But, you know, Gillian was good. Very, very funny. Very droll and dry. It was brilliant. Killian as Tony. He's very strong and very stubborn. He's got a good singing voice, and seeing him playing off David Bardsley, who played Dad in the second half, when the dad is trying to go back down the mine so he can earn money to send Billy to the Royal Ballet School, seeing Killian with David Bardsley for the first time, like trying to stop him, it was really emotional, and I was just a bit like, oh. And I'm not going to lie, it was kind of cool seeing Killian in the blue pants. If anyone who's seen Billy Elliot before knows what I mean about the blue pants. It's interesting and fun to watch. But yeah, I love Killian. I thought he was a brilliant Raoul in Phantom of the Opera, so I was quite interested in seeing him in Billy Elliot. Gillian Bevan. She's the one that plays the dance teacher. Mrs. Wilkinson, yeah. She was awesome, the way she's like bossing Billy about at the beginning and like quite dismissive of him, and then as he gets better at the dance she starts paying more attention and realising that actually he's got quite a good bit of talent in him. All the ensemble are brilliant as well, like the big joint numbers, like the one where it's I've forgotten the name of the song, I'm really bad at this because it's like the first time I've seen it. The miners versus the policemen, that was really fun to watch. That was a really good, interesting scene, and the dancing, and like I say, when Harrison was doing the angry dance and he's bouncing off the police plastic riot gear, that was like whoa. And seeing him strapped up and flying around the stage with older Billy, that was all good. And it nearly did make me cry when he's talking to his dead mum. I was a bit like, oh. And yeah, it was just interesting to go and watch something new, because I'd never seen Billy Elliot the film. I'm going to go now and try and find a cheap copy to rent or to watch. But yeah, brilliant, brilliant songs. Electricity is well known and it's one of my favourites. I also liked Merry Christmas Maggie Thatcher. That's like the opening number in the second half, and they're just taking the mick out of Maggie Thatcher. The Stars Look Down, that's a good one. That's the opening number, and it's just very poignant when you see the miners going down through the stage and Billy's left standing there looking at them, and he's got his suitcase and he's off into the big wide world in the end to go and join the ballet school. And solidarity, 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 solidarity. That's the one with the police and the miners going up against each other. But yeah, fun show. I think I probably would see it again, but it'd have to be like either the first 2 rows again or discounted tickets. David Bardsley did a good job for taking over for the second half from Deka. It was a bit weird at first because obviously I didn't recognise him, so I was a bit like, who's that guy? Oh yeah, he's playing the dad. But yeah, very, very good, and interesting to see him with Killian, like I say, for the first time. It's quite interesting, his first time with Killian. and it's like the second half of a show. Hope Deka's alright. Heard he got a bug, so kudos to him for doing as best he could. But yeah, interesting first show. And like I said, definitely would go and see it again, but it's not top of my priority list because there's loads of other stuff I want to see. Cheesy though it is, I do want to go and see Viva Forever. Not so sure on The Bodyguard, I don't think. I might go see Chorus Line at the Palladium next year. Yeah, a lot of regional stuff is coming up near me. I've got Cats at Sunderland, I've got Hairspray at Sunderland. I'm seeing Oliver tomorrow and a week or so's time. I'm seeing it again because I'm hoping I'd catch Sam Barks, which is why I booked tomorrow's tickets, because they said that should be on until tomorrow. And I was like, oh cool, I'll get to see one of her last shows. No, she's gone early and Cat Simmons is back. So, yeah, that's not really worked out well to my advantage, but never mind, never mind. So yeah, it's a good show. I like Billy. It didn't touch me as much as I thought it would. There were obviously like the moments like when he's talking to his mum, that was a bit tearful. But yeah, I suppose if I'm in the right frame of mind, I would probably be a bit more emotional and upset by it, but I wasn't. But it was good and I really enjoyed it, and you know, I think I definitely have to go back and give it another go. I'm rambling now, I'm just gonna go. Bye.